Hello there and welcome to my video. I'm Cody and I'm here to give you my Bitcoin and crypto insights for today, including our Bitcoin chart TA. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at what Bitcoin has been up to. So Bitcoin price has been moving quite a bit in the past couple of days. We've had a very large low volume Sunday pump. Now we've had the weekend price in which Bitcoin had went all the way up here to about 28,300 before getting rejected here at strong resistance 28,200 and has gone mostly sideways through Monday and has now fallen through strong support here at 27,500. What we're starting to see right now with the Bitcoin price is that Bitcoin has really struggled to retain any sort of momentum. So we're seeing days like Saturday and Sunday in which the price is driven up dramatically, but then it gives it all back in the subsequent trading days. And so the reason for this is because the sellers have just been vicious at these tops right here. Now, this 28,000 resistance is a point where sellers have been defending very fiercely, and so far there hasn't been enough volume or there hasn't been enough momentum to carry us above this 28,000 region. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at our Bitcoin funding rate, what we can see here is that from the derivatives perspective, the funding rate is still as bullish as it's been throughout the majority of May. Now, normally this translates into a strong movement of the price, and we have seen this strong movement happen over the weekend, but it has not been able to push Bitcoin any higher than that. It seems like longs right now are strong and they're dominant in the derivatives market, and so far they have not been strong enough to push Bitcoin to retest that 30K resistance point. But what's really interesting is that these derivatives traders aren't just the only ones who are bullish on Bitcoin. And the block actually reported that the Bitcoin price could reach 45,000 due to rising gold price, according to JP Morgan. And now this is very interesting, but JP Morgan strategists have basically put out this note that said that they put this upper limit on the Bitcoin price at about 45,000. Specifically, they mention specifically after the halving, okay, because it raises the production cost to about $40,000. And so that would propel Bitcoin to 45K. Now, it's very interesting that they point this out because I've also said something similar to where I believe the next bull market's not going to happen until 2024 after the halving. So it seems like JP Morgan, again, one of the largest banks in the world, these strategists also seem to agree that Bitcoin could potentially almost double from here. Now, they also talk about Ethereum as well, but they say the price action for Ethereum is a lot more tame, a lot more muted, and it's going to underperform the Bitcoin price. So it's very interesting that JP Morgan has come out with this information. If you guys are interested in this, check out the block. It's on their page here. Now, as for our metrics for Bitcoin, as usual, I like to check the Bitcoin exchange reserves right now. Exchange reserves have been dwindling to the point where they reached another new low here on the 28th of May. And it just goes to show that the trend of people pulling their Bitcoin off exchanges continues. And it continues even faster than it has in the past couple of months. If we go ahead and take a look at the yearly here, we can see what the dramatic decline in many of these the Bitcoin exchange reserves has been, and now we're starting to see it tick up ever so slightly. Though I do expect that this trend will continue to the downside, and more Bitcoin will be taken off the exchanges. That being said, there's also some really interesting Bitcoin network activity in the hash rate. So the hash rate has hit another new high, another new all-time high as of May 29th, and now it's up to 375 exahashes per second. This is just insane because the network hash rate tends to spike, and that's showing us that Bitcoin miners are bringing more rigs online, and they're increasing the hash rate even higher. Now, this is because mining recently has become very profitable for the miners, and so they're bringing on more rigs in order to increase their production of Bitcoin. I also want to go ahead and take a look at our SOPR levels. Again, that spent output profit ratio for Bitcoin. Now, what we're seeing here is that since March, it has, for the most part, remained above that one level. And again, above that one level, or this dotted line right here, this shows that the market has been selling in profit, and it has, for the most part, been in profit ever since the March bank failures. And so I think that this is actually looking to be a fairly bullish sign. Now, as a reminder, ARK Invest also uses this metric to determine whether or not we're in a bull market. As long as it stays above that one line, they would consider that to be at least the beginnings of a bull market. But if we look at the broader crypto market as a whole, one of the most interesting things I've seen so far is the fact that the total market cap, having gone up just a little bit, again, for that Sunday pump, has started to come all the way back down again. And if we take a look at altcoins, the exact same trajectory. And if we look at our stablecoins, we can see that stablecoins have hit another new low. So traders and investors are buying Bitcoin or Ethereum, or they're taking them out of the market entirely, and the stablecoin market cap continues to fall. Again, looking this out, backing this out a year, you can see that from the beginning of the year, from June 2022, you're seeing nothing but a steady decline in the number of stablecoins in the system. So that's very interesting, and that's kind of very telling behavior by a lot of these investors and traders. Now, we're going to also go ahead and take a look at our Ethereum market cap, so our Ethereum chart TA. So Ethereum blasted above this resistance level here at 1835, and we're starting to see that it's hitting its head on resistance here at about 1900, 1911 or so. That's kind of where we expected to see resistance for our Ethereum. Now, what we're seeing is it's kind of chopping in the middle, sideways in the middle between the resistance level here at 1911 and the support down here at 1835. I'm going to change this into our support. So if we get a retreat in the further retreat in the Ethereum price, I would expect it's going to come back down here to 1834 and retest this level. So with Bitcoin and Ethereum, I do think that they're not done selling off just yet. I still think that Bitcoin's going to go down to 25K, and Ethereum could potentially follow it, going all the way down here to 1700, maybe 1785, and maybe even 1700. It's entirely possible that we wind up seeing additional selling pressure as Bitcoin goes down and the rest of the crypto market tends to follow. But in order to defeat this thesis, what we would have to wind up seeing is we would have to see a strong push above resistance here. Specifically for Ethereum, we'd have to see a push above 1912 and then a further push above the resistance here at about 2000. And as long as it actually came up here previously and pushed above this next resistance here at about 2136, that would be strongly bullish, and that would convince me otherwise that this was basically the bottom down here when it came down to 1774, but we have not seen that just yet. So for now, I do think that Ethereum's either going to be caught sideways in this range, or we're going to see it actually pull down here to support here at 1719 or 1775. Now, for our Binance Coin has been moving sideways, and then it dipped below this resistance point. So it first went above it during that Saturday event here. Actually, let me zoom in a little bit. So it actually went above this resistance point here during that Sunday pump here at 315, and then it sold off all the way to where it is now, finding support at about 305. So with our Binance Coin, you need to see it push above this level, give a strong breakout, and then print some green candles, daily green candles higher than this point in order to truly convince me that it's a strong breakout. But right now, the crypto market as a whole tends to be is down because of weakness in crypto and some fears of the debt ceiling deal not being accepted and passed by Congress and signed into law. That is some continued worry, and not to mention that, but Nasdaq was actually down today as well, and that does tend to impact the Bitcoin price, and Bitcoin does tend to move with the Nasdaq for the most part, either upwards or downwards. So I do think, like I said, it's possible we will wind up seeing 25K. That's definitely a reason that I would be interested in adding to my position. Now, as for the economic events for this week, I haven't really talked much about this because there's not really a lot going on this week. But what we have here for Thursday and Friday is we have jobless claims, U.S. productivity that's going to be going on as well. There's the Philadelphia Fed president's going to be speaking. And then on Friday, we have the unemployment rate. That's something especially to watch here and see what the unemployment rate comes in at. Last time it was this 3.4%, and so they're anticipating that it's going to be actually 3.5%. So that's definitely something worth watching. All right, so let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about the Bitcoin market, the crypto market. Let me know if you guys are buying this, if you think that we've actually wound up bottoming out, and this down here at 26,000, that was actually the low, and it's when we're just going to go up here. Definitely interested in hearing about that, and what you guys plan on doing for your Bitcoin and your Ethereum holdings. All right, this is Cody the Coin Raptor, and I hope to catch you guys in the next video.